What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to From the Top Rope with Andrew Crawford. I'm your boy Andrew Crawford, not the GOAT, but I look like a GOAT. Close enough, am I right? I think I'm right. It is 6:08 p.m. on January 31st. The Royal Rumble has just wrapped up, and I'm going to give you my initial takeaways, thoughts, and just maybe talk about where I think WrestleMania can go. My throat's a little sore because I screamed at certain points. Let's talk about it. Now, the very first thing I want to talk about is jumping on Facebook instantly. A lot of negative reactions to Roman, a lot of negative reactions to Gunther beating AJ, a lot of negatives being talked about, like, oh, same people's, blah, blah, blah. And these are the same people that I've read commenting Roman should win the Rumble. Hypocrites, shut up. You get what you want and you complain. And not everyone's going to have the same wrestling opinion. Like, outright, point blank, period. They're not. You know, I've yet to meet someone that truly thinks Edge is the GOAT like I do. That's fine. I've yet to meet someone who thinks Javon Evans could be a guy you put in the position that you did Randy Orton of the youngest world champion. I get that no one's going to have the same opinion, but it's one thing to have differing opinions. It's one thing to just be one of the internet smarks that's always looking for something to complain about. You know, there's a lot of, reasons that I was not doing the best mental health wise halfway through 2025. And that is because everything I tried to be positive about with WWE and AEW, I read so many people on the internet hating on it. And I'm like it sucks, but, it takes a minute to get that through. It took me a minute to realize not everyone's going to have the same opinion as me, and I'm not going to have the same opinion as everyone else. That's a part of life, wrestling fandom. That's how it goes. But with that said, don't be a hypocrite and don't say you wanted something and then complain the second you get it. At least wait to see how it plays out before you complain about it. But with that said, let's talk about the matches. Up first, we had the Women's Rumble. And when Charlotte came out, I watched it with my mom because my boss told me not to come into work today. I was going to have to watch it at work, and I would have hated it. But Charlotte came out, and I looked at mom and I said, watch Alexa be number 2, and she was. And genuinely, I thought they were going to do a genuine turn, not what Charlotte happened to do, which was an accidental elimination. But the big story coming out of this was Liv not only eliminating Raquel, but Liv winning. And this makes me happy because Liv has finished runner-up or came in third every, quite a few Rumbles, and so does 3. And to see her finally win it, that was really awesome for me. I'm a big Liv Morgan fan. I'm a big Judgment Day fan. I like every single wrestler that's in Judgment Day or has been in Judgment Day. Edge, Carlito, Rhea, Damian, Finn, JD, Liv, Raquel, Roxanne, all of them are awesome. So Liv winning made me really happy. I wonder if she'll go after Jade or if she'll go after, Stephanie. I'm willing to bet Stephanie over anyone, but we'll see how it plays out. Liv winning made me really happy, though. I thought this women's rumble was phenomenally good. I think the women's rumbles are genuinely always some of the highlights of the show. I had such a blast watching this. Like I said, I love Liv Morgan, so her winning's a huge bonus. But, yeah. You can also call this Women's Rumble Power Rangers without the helmets because of all the full body suits, which is I know Saudi Arabia, custom thing. But either way, had fun with the Women's Rumble. I had a lot of fun with it, and it was awesome. I have zero complaints. I would argue that this might be the best Women's Rumble there's been ever. Let's talk about AJ versus Gunther. First and foremost, I did crash out and I said some very mean and nasty things about Gunther. Um, and the thing is, I like Gunther. Like, I'm not even like, he's good in the ring, he's good on the mic. I just don't like him getting the privilege and honor of retiring all these other legends. But then I remember, like, you know what? Cena earned the right to retire how he wanted to. Goldberg, to a lesser extent, and AJ Styles to maybe the biggest extent, the second largest extent, did earn how to retire the way he wants. And I don't even think AJ's retiring. I think he's going to go to TNA and wrap up. Um, that feels likely. The match was fantastic. I remember the second, um, you know, every time AJ locked in a calf crusher, hit a Styles Clash, I thought AJ was going to beat Gunther, and I was going to be like, ah! He didn't. It sucks, but he didn't. Gunther did his thing. Gunther's always going to do good, and he's going to look great. Make whoever he's in the ring with look great. Congratulations to Gunther. Thank you to AJ Styles for a great career. From TNA to New Japan to WWE, you've been great. If you are officially retired, thank you. Um, but this match was great. Zero complaints about it. Very, very strong rumble for me today. Um, this was the weak point because initially I did crash out. But you know, it's part of a show. Just enjoy the ride, man. And Gunther winning, while it did upset me, AJ can retire however he wants, and I have zero. He don't owe the fans anything to retire at Mania. No, if he wants to, if he had wanted to retire after him and Dragon Lee lost the tag titles, he could have done that. But thank you, AJ Styles. Let's talk about Drew and Sammy. Drew and Sammy cooked. It was the weakest match for me because of the fact that I missed part of it. I don't remember what I was doing or if I was just zoned out. Um, but it really picked up at towards the end when Sammy went for the Helluva and got Claymored. Like from there on, it was just rapid fire, and I had so much fun with it. Um, you know, am I bummed that Sammy didn't get to win the WWE title? Yeah, but you know, I love Drew. I'm happy Drew won it. I'm fine seeing Drew as champion. I am curious as to where the WWE title picture goes into Elimination Chamber and Mania. Um, but Drew and Sammy killed it. That closing spot where Sammy's going for the Helluva kick and Drew hits the Claymore, and then he's like, no, and like he backs out and he's screaming at Sammy to look him in the eye and then hits another Claymore. That was great. That was a fantastic finish. Drew winning was probably the right move. Don't let him drop it too quick. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed that Sammy didn't get it because I'm so hopeful that he will, and if he don't, I'm just gonna be like, oh well, that sucks. But great match. Drew winning was probably the right move here, despite what I wanted in my heart. Now let's talk about what I've seen a lot of the negatives about with the Rumble, which was the men's Rumble. Um, they're mad that Roman won, but we'll get into that. Oba started the match. That was great. I was very thrilled to see Oba at least start the match. Um, Braun Breaker was number two, which was spoiled on the Countdown show by Heyman and Pierce. They got beef. I don't know what it is. Masked Man attacked Breaker, even hit him with a curb stomp. I'm pretty sure that was Seth, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm like, oh, Seth duped me again. Way to go, I'm an idiot. But then he threw Breaker in the ring, bell rings, Oba eliminates Breaker. Oba goes on this little dominant streak, but like not Brock levels. And it was really fun to watch. It's always fun to watch, a future star do something like this. it was really interesting to see him and Brock mix it up, and I think at the end of the day, Oba and Javon both looked like megastars coming out of this. Um, Cody did his thing. Cody getting eliminated by McIntyre just makes me wonder if that's gonna make Nick Aldis be like, all right, you know what, Drew? Cody is getting a rematch, and that happens at Chamber, and Jacob wins the Chamber, and then we get Jacob Drew at Mania. I don't know, but the WWE title picture is really cool looking into Mania. You know, I didn't like Brock getting eliminated while Jay was having a yeet sesh. I did like when Roman hit the uppercut when he told Jay to run it back. Like, Jay goes to run it back and he turns around and BAM! And I'm like, yes. Um, Gunther came out at 30, which I expected. And the second the final four hit, I was literally like, anyone but Gunther. Because it was Randy, Logan, and Roman. And I love all three of them. I would have been happy. And then Gunther, Logan Paul gets eliminated. Orton gets eliminated. And every time Gunther locked in the sleeper, my head was like, no, no, no. And then when Roman eliminated him, I screamed. That's why my throat hurts a little bit. Roman won. And like I said, the same people that were commenting Roman should win have turned their back and said, same winners every time, same people are in the main event spots, whatever, and just being really negative. But I thought this Rumble was really strong on the men's, women's side, and both the matches as a show entirely. But Roman winning does kind of beg the question, does he go after Drew? Does he go after Punk? He's going after Punk. I hate to break it to y'all. He's going after CM Punk, and Roman will be the one to take the title off Punk. And the World Heavyweight title picture is going to be fun because I feel like Tribal Chief Roman and Punk could have some great promo battles. I'm looking forward to this Mania already, just knowing the Rumble winners. I'm very happy. I wonder if Gunther's going to have a match with maybe Brock or Oba at Mania, or if we'll get Gunther Brock at SummerSlam and Oba versus Brock at Mania and let Brock go on a mini retirement tour. I don't know. But off the men's Rumble, I'm very excited for storylines we could get. Like I said, especially with the vision who the Masked Man is. Seth duped me again, and I feel stupid. I'm gonna be straight up with you. Seth duped us again, or he duped me again, because I thought maybe he did legit tear his rotator cuff. I don't know, but either way, Roman versus Punk, I'm calling it. The WWE title's genuinely unpredictable at this point, but I had such a blast with this men's Rumble. I'm very happy Roman won. So overall, I think this Rumble was fantastic. Like I said, my only qualm was Brock getting eliminated during a Yeet session and the way Brock eliminated Oba, because I kind of wanted them to mix it up a little bit more. But Powerhouse Hobbs made his debut. Liv winning was great. AJ and Gunther killed it. Thank you to AJ Styles again. Sammy and Drew was fun from what I was actually like not zoned out for. And then, like I said, the men's Rumble, tremendous. It was Roman winning was the right move. I'm sorry, but if you want to build a main event for WrestleMania, Roman Reigns. That's the only name that should have to be said. If Cena's retired, Roman carries the company. When Roman retires, then you can hand the ball to Cody. When Cody retires, that's when it's up in the air. But right now, I got a few picks. Oba, Braun Breaker, hello. But I thought this Rumble was fantastic. So to everyone complaining online, shut up and wait to see where the story goes. Don't just instantly assume it was bad. Because, don't let your initial reactions fool you. Which is why I'm going to make another Rumble review when I've had time to digest it about a week in. Or maybe after Chamber, I'll talk a little bit about, my thought stands. Rumble was great. But, no, I think the Rumble was fantastic. And I'm happy Roman won. I'm happy Liv won. I'm sad AJ lost, but he's earned the right. I'm a little disappointed Drew won, but I like Drew enough that I'm not gonna be up in arms about it. I thought it was fantastic. Sue me if you think I'm wrong. Actually, please don't sue me. I can't afford a lawyer. Um, but yeah, overall the Rumble was great, and the negativity surrounding it is mainly, oh, it's predictable. This was a kind of good predictable with, Roman winning made sense for storylines, Liv made sense for storylines, Drew winning made more sense than Sammy winning, and even Gunther winning made a lot of sense. Like, this was all predictable, but for good reasons, and for good reasons to progress the stories and good ways to. Um, I'm finally gonna get Roman Punk 1-on-1. I'm gonna get Liv and Stephanie Vaquer. I'm gonna get a probably great WWE title feud. I'm gonna get wrestling fans are gonna eat good for Mania this year, and given the that we're not all fond of last year's mainly because of the ending, I think that's a good thing. Um, I think 2026 is off to a great start as far as the WWE like year goes. I'm excited to see where it goes. If you're not, that's you. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine. Moral of the story: you can't please everyone. If you could, life would be a whole lot simpler. Um, but yeah, I thought the Rumble was great. Yeah, that's the video. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Tell me about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Where do you think Mania is gonna go? Who do you think Roman and Liv are gonna pick? Let me know. Um, and unlike John Cena, I can see you, and I will see you very soon.